Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Devasia Mentality Let's Play of another Capcom video game that I'm pretty sure you're all very familiar with. Yes, I could not wait after playing the original Megaman X to get to this one, Maverick Hunter X, the PlayStation Portable remake. Again, having to use emulators. I already own the game. I have a physical copy. I got a physical copy back when it first came out. I'm actually pretty lucky in that regard, but, you know, figuring out a way to record straight off of my PSP is another story right now, especially since I have a version 1. Actually, do I have a version 2? I can't remember which version I have. I just know it's a version that I can't actually record off of the same way I would with, you know... Well, it's a portable console. I can't necessarily record off of it like the way I could record off of any other given console, obviously. But that's just the thing, isn't it, with portable consoles? You either have to install some sort of device to capture footage off of it by hard modding it, or you emulate, in this case, and I have chosen the path of emulation.
My name is Thomas Light. I am the researcher who designed and built Megaman X.
Yes, there's actual voice acting in this version of the game, so you won't need me doing any of my pathetic voice acting attempts. Alright, first off, let me just double check that I have not... Okay, I can't alter the controls yet. Excuse me. Normal or hard? We'll go with normal for now. Oh, this just looked like a nice place. Hover cars and whatnot. Oh, and time bombs. Perfectly normal. 21XX. Robots with the ability to think and act for themselves have been created. They are dubbed Reploids. They didn't even say anything to each other. The age of humankind and robots working and living together had begun. But, as we all know, through the course of 7 more games after this, that wouldn't work out very well. As robot society spread and prospered, there's an increase in criminal incidents involving Reploids. To combat this new wave of crime, a special investigation and security organization consisting entirely of Reploids was found. They are the Maverick Hunters. This is the story of the Maverick Hunter known as X. Voiced by Mark Gotha.
I'm beginning the mission.
X, there's a high probability that the insurgency there was caused by Mavericks.
Mavericks? This must be Sigma's work.
It must be Sigma's work because they are Mavericks, as opposed to that little chunk of thing that you found that has Sigma's emblem all over it. Alright. Well, here we are back here again on the opening highway stage of Mega Man X. And it's a very similar, but also very distinctive. It's in widescreen for one. And instead of tiny little sections of the highway just breaking straight through, whole sections just come flying off. So gotta be careful of that. And you know, I said it various times during the original game playthrough that I found this game just so much easier. I did a test playthrough last night before I even decided I was going to do this, just to make sure that I could actually fully record the game. And I had absolutely no f***ing trouble with this whatsoever. This version of the game is so old hat for me that I can just about do this all in one sitting. Actually, no, I can do it all in one sitting. What am I saying? And it's actually pretty beneficial that you can, considering that this was a portable game. I mean, the portable game with save features, but it's still a game that within the course of one sitting, maybe a couple hours, that's all it'll really take. So I don't expect this to take any longer than the original game. But there will be differences one way or the other. I mean, aside from the three-dimensional graphical fidelity, there are going to be some things that we're just going to have to look at and say, hey, that ain't the same way it was in the original. Like, we're still doing this car segment, but unfortunately, because the cars all self-destruct the moment you get rid of the driver, you can't do any riding on them. Not that I did much of that in the original game. Now we move on to this part, which is actually different.
Vile! I should have known you'd be involved in Sigma's rebellion.
Rebellion? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here to cause trouble for you. I hate you. Hope you're ready, X.
Yes, and an interesting change of fate and whatnot. Vile actually is entirely damageable in this fight. You don't have to... And avoidable at that. He's actually very susceptible to the Charge X Buster. Unfortunately, because X is a dipshit.
You underestimated me. I hate that about you. X, there's nothing you can do. I'll defeat you and Sigma. Then I'll change the world.
X, are you alright?
Zero. Why would someone as powerful as you align yourself with X? He's just a B-class hunter, nothing more.
Vile, you're nothing but a Maverick now.
And that, of course, is Lucas Gilbertson. Some may consider him the best voice for Zero. I'm kind of indifferent. I like the guy as an actor and for what he does, but...
Zero, what happened to Vile? All I know is that he's our enemy now. X, I'm gonna stay on Sigma's trail a bit longer. You get back to Hunter Base and take it easy. Gotcha. Let's hook up again later. Zero! Thanks. You saved me again.
Again, great guy, great working with the fandom a lot, and I'm very glad for that when he can actually do that. But the one thing, his interpretation of Zero never really sat well with me. I think a lot of people early on kind of listened to him and said, sounds like some random surfer dude rather than the badass master of beam sabers that is Mega Man Zero. Well, not Mega Man Zero, not until the Game Boy Advance titles, but we will get to that eventually. I'm not sure, honestly. Because I don't own any of the Mega Man Zero games. I have played them, but I'm not going to do Let's Plays of the games unless I own them. Anyway, unlike the original game, I'm going to take on my first Maverick as being the Flame of Mammoth. Yeah. I'm not going to be Flame Mammoth, I'm going to beat Flame Mammoth. And since I came here before going to Chill Penguin stage, you can get clear indication of what this place is supposed to look like with all the heated liquid metal around the place. Because they're smelting things down, be they Reploids or whatnot. And of course, because of some of the design changes, this is incredibly easy now. And this, of course, is also where you get your first upgrade instead of in Chill Penguin stage.
I entrust the future to you.
Light? I think I know this guy.
If you've come across this capsule, I fear you must be in the midst of a difficult battle. I have left 4 powers for you to inherit. I believe that you will use them in the cause of justice. Here you will find the foot parts. Equip the parts you find in this capsule and you will gain the ability to dash. Use this power to steer the future in the right direction. I trust in you, my dear X.
Wow. Instead of being absolutely worried that X might actually end up being a terror to mankind, he is fairly confident that X is going to be... Okay, so the controls that I altered have already been saved. That's good. So I don't have to worry about going in and changing them again. As such, though, since this stage has been altered in a way that... yep, that was a suicide run. Heart tank is still in the same place, but because the lava wasn't frozen over, the liquid slag, or whatever you want to call it. Liquid slag, I'm pretty sure that just sounds like a really awful slang to somebody. I'm not really sure. But it sounds funny for some reason. Unfortunately, this is going to be another stage that requires a revisit because of certain changes as well. You know that place where I would have gotten the sub-tank over on the far side of this room? Yeah, unfortunately, instead of needing the boot upgrades, you need the head upgrades in order to get that, so I'm gonna have to come back here. Unfortunately, this is one of those levels that's just gonna require a revisit for dumb reasons. You know, this version of the game tries to optimize a number of things from the original game, and I'm very appreciative of that. But, you know, there's just like 1 or 2 other things that just don't sit right. But, we're at the boss door for this guy already. So let's go in and take care of him. Thanks to emulation, there's no slowdown whenever those warning signs come up.
Who would show up? I didn't expect a B-class hunter like you.
What are you doing, Flame Mammoth? Don't be stupid!
There's nothing I love more than stomping weak little blabbermouths like you into dust.
That settles it. You're definitely a Maverick.
You're also an idiot.
Shut up!
You also kind of seem, at least to me, a lot bigger than you were before. Also, again, because this is a 3D remake of the original game, with a certain degree of trappings that come from 3D remakes. He's also a lot slower and a lot easier to predict his patterns. So, if I get damaged during this battle, then I really am a loser. My God, really? This is your entire repertoire right here. Ah, I tried to dash jump there. Not that it matters. That was really absolutely no challenge whatsoever compared to the original game. I mean, it's still minimal challenge in the original game, but this just felt so dang easy. And of course, we get his fire wave weapon, which also leads into one of the annoying things about this remake, in that X decides he's just going to yell his attack names all the time, all that lovely Japanese way of things. All right, now we move on to Chill Penguin stage. We have both the dash boot parts and the we actually have his weakness, which I could use a lot of, but I'm not. Rabbits here seem to be a lot more aggressive, so there's another thing. Hey, get out of the way. Ow. Ah! Trying to jump over you. There's a new place up here that has that extra life hidden away. How about that? Okay. Let's see. There's a few more enemies around than I remember there being in the original. Ah! Come on. Get out of the way. Also, I would like to apologize for any of the playthroughs that I'm doing that where I might sound here. This is another reason why we need to go to Mammoth Stage first, because this is where the upgrade, the next upgrade, the helmet upgrade, has been hidden.
The head parts await you within this castle. Equip the parts you find inside here, and you will gain the ability to smash blocks with your head. I'm counting on you, X.
Not that there's going to be any way to demonstrate the ability to break blocks with the head here, being as I just broke all the blocks that were here a moment ago. But yeah, we have the boot parts and head parts already. And one thing that I'm going to end up doing during this playthrough is I'm not actually going to go after the stop. Just stop. We don't need you freewheeling and freeloading around on this place. It's bad enough as it is. But once I get the armor upgrade from once I get the armor upgrade from Storm Eagle's stage, because that's where that upgrade has been shifted to, I'm not going to go after the arm upgrades. In both this and the original game, there were two ways to get the arm parts. So I'm going to show off the alternate method. There's also another thing about the arm parts in this version of the game that actually makes it distinctly more, I would say, beneficial, in my personal opinion, to go after the arm parts the alternative way. Because in this, the way you saw the Buster charge shot work in the original version of the game, you know, it looked very powerful, but each of those little flying pellets that come out of it were individual shots, and that actually came as a bit of a deficit, because the individual parts of the shot were not as powerful as the combined whole. However, this version of the game, the second way that you get the arm parts grants you a singular, all-powerful charged shot, like just a great big fireball, instead of that. Unfortunately, I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to use it much the way I'm planning to do things, because it's going to take until near the end of the game before I even get those parts.
Fiddling around on a South Pole with nothing to do?
How could you? What Sigma's doing is treasonous!
Oh, by the way, we have a chill penguin here. He's completely pathetic. So long as I keep yelling, fire away! Crying out loud. I was about to say I could do this without getting hit at all. Then you'd go and do that on me. Yeah, every time you use a special weapon, X, fire wave! I don't really appreciate that too much. I'm not sure there are many people who do. Fire wave! Fire wave! Fire wave! Fire wave! Fire wave! And you're cooked, chill penguin. Like I say, this version of the game is just so much easier. It's so... oh my gosh.
Mission accomplished.
On the other hand, Storm Eagle, as we're about to get to him, I'm not going to spoil anything, but no, while people might get on the case for the original version of Storm Eagle taking any sort of damage from him whatsoever, and I'm still a little bit ashamed about that, the new Storm Eagle, oh my god, there's a cat at my freaking door. Shut up! We're going to go to straight next to Storm Eagle. Oh god, that's going to be annoying.
Storm Eagle.
But yeah, we'll get to it when we get to him, but I would say that it's a little bit more forgivable to take damage from this version of Storm Eagle, because he has some very different attack patterns. And of course, we jump down here, as we did in the original, and get that art. And once again, we ascend. There is stuff on the other side of this that you can look at if you want to, but I don't care. I just want to get on the stage. This place doesn't have the airport sign anymore. Instead, there's greenery down in this area for some reason. Can't say I disapprove of that, but whatever. Going up. Break this guy, and he blows out all the windows, and then we take this sub-tank. Come down here, like that. And then make our way across these platforms, which is a little bit more... ah! Problematic! Because those fire wave guys just don't want to be cooperative. They don't like me, and I don't like them. And I'm going to make not liking them a thing. Buzz off. Let's just get back here quickly. And we already have the tank, we can just go through the normal way. I feel like the fire on the... that's the thing, it just feels like the fire wave reach on these cannons on the platforms is a lot longer now. on. Get down here and die. Like a proper machine. Of course, that would require robots to be alive, especially automatic generators. Shut up. I know that which I say. I know the truth in it. And, oh yeah. No, I didn't mean not to dash! I'm back here again! Cut!
With the help of Kyoji!
Okay, now we're here. And this area, about the same, still only has one extra life, which I'm going to need now, because this game can't be any kind of wrecked whatsoever. Oh my god, that cat will not give up! And the only way to break through it this time is actually to use the fire wave. I can't cheese my way past it just using the X-Buster. So it's a good thing that I went to Flame Mammoth first. Yeah, here's the way things have been changed in order to access this. You actually have to have the head block breaker, block, have to have the head parts in order to get through there.
Inside this capsule are the body parts. Enter the capsule and equip them, and any damage you incur will be halved. It saddens me to think that the war has begun, but I know that you can bring it to a peaceful conclusion, X.
Peaceful. Yeah, as far as the armor upgrades go, that's all that I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, are you just getting louder out there? I don't even know if the people can hear it on the microphone. But good grief, that cat really wants in here. And I can't have them in here right now because I'm doing very important things. I'm playing games! Games is important!
So it begins.
Storm Eagle! Don't tell me that even you've gone Maverick! Answer me, Storm Eagle! You're not the type of Reploid to do something like this!
Forgive me, X. I must defeat you.
The reluctant warrior. Yeah. This is one of the things that have been changed around this pattern. Whoop! Like that. Like he still dashes at you from the sky, but then, that is just very difficult to predict. You gotta have to listen to the audio cue for that one. It's not very clear for me, honestly. Especially when I have to have the volume turned down. Also, the dash blast trick I don't think works in this version of the game. Okay, maybe it does. But I prefer to use. Alright, at this point, when he says that, he's actually going to introduce a new attack. So, gotta be careful when he does this wind gust thing. Yeah. That actually can, if you think Storm Eagle is super easy, that will tell you otherwise. And a cherry tap to end it all off. So, for anyone who gets on my case for not being able to defeat Storm Eagle without taking any damage, there's a good reason for it this time around.
Mission accomplished.
Because he has some very unpredictable attack patterns compared to his original incarnation, and I can't necessarily hear the audio cues because I'm doing this Let's Play style in a way that I can't necessarily I have to keep the volume turned down so that I can actually hear myself think. With that all said, we're done with this part of Let's Play Mega Man X. I'd like to thank you, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, the PlayStation Portable. Which, you know, I love this version of the game. This is my much preferred way of playing this, and some people might consider me a pansy for doing so, but, screw them! Anyway, thank you all for watching. There's coffee and Twitter links in the description below if you want to follow up on either of those. RCFS, and